10:47 a.m. and 2024 would be the year we're in right now. Wanted to do a video live up for you on zombie properties, just like the one here behind me. We did a email last week or the week before talking about zombie properties. We got a lot of feedback from our clients and email lists wanting to get more information on what zombie properties actually are and how they impact you and your community. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So currently there's 1.3 million properties in the US that are sitting vacant. Now these are not zombie properties, they're just sitting vacant, and we're going to get some stats to tell you, kind of feed into all of this. So just want to give you kind of a base understanding. 1.3 million are sitting vacant. That's roughly 1 out of 79 homes across the nation in the US are sitting vacant right now. So what is a zombie foreclosed property? A zombie home like the one behind me here is a home that's going to be left in neglect. And it all starts when the foreclosure process starts. The homeowner does not realize that the property has not been fully foreclosed on, and they vacate or abandon the property before the finalization of the foreclosure process actually happens. So then you get the property that is just left in this financial limbo state of it not really being active on the market. It's not really foreclosed. It's just sitting there, hence the undead zombie nickname, zombie foreclosed properties. So when you see properties like the ones behind me that are overgrown, they've got boards on the windows, you can just tell they've been sitting vacant for a while. These are definitely going to be something you could identify as a zombie property. So, currently, is this a major issue for us? So some stats that we were able to pull is that from Adam, ATTOM, I think it's .com, but anyway, that's the data site that we pulled it from. There's roughly 237,000 properties that are in a foreclosure process in the United States right now. So it sounds like a lot, but across the nation, I don't really feel like that's a huge, tremendous number, especially given the weird financial and real estate times that we're in. Out of those 237,000 properties that are in the foreclosure process, we have just under 7,000 of those that are considered a zombie property. So for you percentage people out there, that's just under 3% of the total foreclosed properties in the US that it would be considered a zombie state. And how the data is being sourced with this is what they're considering a zombie property is a property that is a property in foreclosure that is vacant, and that is how they're getting the term zombie from, because there is no other form of contact that the bank or lender is able to make, and the property is just sitting there. So that's where you're getting the term the zombie from, is a vacant foreclosure process. So we're here in Volusia County. How are we being impacted by it? Volusia County actually is in the top 5 of foreclosed zombie properties right now. And again, the data, how they're getting that is they're pulling it from the foreclosure properties, and out of those, what's vacant. So Volusia County is at a 5.9% zombie foreclosure percentage, if you will. And the highest, the number 1 ranked in the US is going to be a county called Broome County in New York, and they have a whopping 15% percentage of foreclosure, zombie foreclosure in their county. So we are top 5, but we are seeing a decrease in that in the nation overall from the second to the first quarter to the second. We've seen a decrease at about 5.4%. And again, this is coming from the ATTOM Adam data website. You can get all this in, and we'll link it for you below so you can go back and review it as well. So what we're seeing from there is that we are having a decrease from the first quarter to this quarter, which I think is obviously a good direction to be heading in. Less zombie foreclosures, so less overall impact on the community. And the impact on the community, what does that have on you? So if you do have zombie foreclosures in your area, it's never a good thing. They're an eyesore, they attract vandalism and other criminal activity, and overall they're gonna lower the value of homes in the area. So you wanna try to get rid of them as quick as possible. I know not everybody's got the money to go out and buy all these properties, but it's not a trend that you want to be a part of. At the end of the day, zombie properties are not good because it's just going to detract from the overall value of the neighborhood. So one of the things that we do want to talk about is reasons how this happens. What we've seen and from the people we've talked with in the real estate community is that a lot of the times these homeowners are just misinformed about the foreclosure process. And this is how it really starts to happen, is they just don't understand and they're not told their true rights and liabilities during the foreclosure process. And then the foreclosure process becomes very lengthy and complicated. And at the end of the day, in short, we're seeing homeowners just get fed up with it. They throw in the towel, they vacate the property, they're done with it. They don't have a good phone number for the bank to reach them at anymore. They're not returning the bank's mail because the bank doesn't have a mailing address for them, and they're just completely done. So that's how we're seeing most of these zombie properties happen, is just because we're seeing a lot of misinformed homeowners. They're not getting their true rights on how to manage or navigate through the situation. So another sneaky thing that we're seeing these lenders do though as well is they're delaying the foreclosure process so that way they don't have to be responsible for maintenance or any tax liabilities. So that's why we really try to implore any of our clients or anybody that you know, family, friends, to seek legal counsel however you need to manage it, so that way you can make sure that you truly close out of the property and you're not going to be held liable for anything that could happen, because you still could have financial liabilities and implications that could happen, and also too legal implications if somebody were to get hurt on your property and you're still considered the owner of it. So you really want to make sure that you get it closed out, that it's not in your name anymore, that you're not still having to pay taxes, or the bank is going to come back on you and sue you for maintenance costs that you thought they were going to take care of and they said no, you were supposed to take care of, and it's a he said, she said. So just make sure it gets closed out. And before that even happens, before it gets closed out, you should reach out to your local real estate professionals. A lot of good real estate professionals have great relationships with investors, and these investors can really come in and save the day. And they can do that by paying cash for your property. Even if you have little to no equity, there's ways around going through the foreclosure process. The benefit for you is you could get a little bit of cash. At the very least, you could get taken out, have a clean slate, and you're going to keep your credit intact. So you're not going to have that credit score on your credit report for the next 5 to 10 years of showing a foreclosure on there, and it's going to prevent you from getting another home in the next few years. So really don't count yourself out. Don't throw in the towel until you talk with a couple of real estate professionals in the area, and specifically ones that have ties with investors. Real estate agent, a general agent, is probably not going to be able to help you. They're going to tell you, so sorry, you don't have any money, I can't help you. But good agents that have good connections with investors will be able to help find a solution to get you out of the home, get you hopefully a little bit of money, and at the very least be able to save your credit so you can still be able to move around, get credit cards, and buy a new home in a couple years when you get back to where you need to be. So just really keep that in mind. As far as government goes, talking about these lenders that are trying to push off the maintenance and tax liability on the homeowner themselves, we are seeing the government do a slight smack on the wrist to these lenders of trying to get them to actually pay for the maintenance costs and not let the zombie properties stay in that neglected state. Albeit said, unless it's a major public nuisance or detriment to the public safety, we're not seeing any super aggressive local government municipalities going after these lenders and really forcing them to get in there and fix it up and get it back on the market. So the overall theme here is we're not in a bad spot. Homeowners are misinformed when they are going through this foreclosure process because they think that the foreclosure is done or finalized, and they haven't got that final notice from the bank that it has transferred ownership, and that if you are going through that process, you should really reach out to an investor and let them help you through it. You want to make sure that they are a credible investor though, for sure. I think that's it as far as zombie properties go. Again, we're top 5 in the Volusia County area right now, and things are looking a little bit better. Overall, 237,000 properties across the nation are in a foreclosure status, which I think is pretty good. We're seeing a decrease in that. We'll see what happens. It's election year coming up, so we've got a lot of people, I feel like buyers and sellers, sitting on the sidelines. So we'll see how that goes. Again, if you'd like to get more up-to-date weekly information, please reach out to us directly at our website, whitewhalerealestate.com. We'll give you 1 email a week, no spam, only meat and potatoes, no fluff, and let us know what you think about the zombie properties, if you have any in your area, and what you think could be a good solution on it. So I hope you guys have a great week. Look forward to seeing you in next week's video.